Hey, wrestling fanatics, welcome to 360 Wrestling Fanatics 694. I am Lance Brock. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this SummerSlam weekend. We are here on Spreaker right now, as always, and also should be live on the 360 Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel right now. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope everyone had a great Saturday today. Hope everyone enjoyed SummerSlam, whether you were watching here in the United States on the ESPN Unlimited plan, or if you are international watching on Netflix. Hope everyone had a happy, safe day. But with that being said, WWE SummerSlam Saturday is now in the books. And without any further ado, or wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Of course, had the usual kickoff, pregame, pre-show, countdown, whatever you want to call it. And we kick things off with the Women's World Championship match. Liv Morgan defending against the Genius of the Sky and the 2026 Queen of the Ring, Io Sky. I enjoyed this match, actually. I thought it was a pretty good way to kick off the PLE tonight. And it is Io Sky getting the win, defeating Liv Morgan to become the new Women's World Champion. 13 minutes, 35 seconds. And I will give this one, let's see, 3.5 out of 5 ring bells. And like I always say, just my rating system, or whichever you want to call it, is just my opinion. Doesn't mean much. And like I said, good match. I thought it was a pretty good way to kick off tonight's PLE. The 6-man tag is up next, with LA Knight joining forces with Solo Sikoa and Royce Keys. I caught myself there. I always want to start off to call him Powerhouse Hobbs, but Royce Keys is going to take probably a little bit more time to get used to calling him that. But they take on the Bloodline, the Usos, and the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. At one point, Solo even kind of pauses the match like Jay usually does, and gets the crowd to doing the whole yeet thing and everything. And Solo, Knight, and Keys get the win. 11 minutes. Not a bad match. But also, I wouldn't say it was anything really that spectacular either. Not bad. I'll give it I think 3 out of 5 ring bells. Next up, Gunther versus Nick Aldis. I was satisfied with this one. Nick Aldis, the former Brutus Magnus, former TNA World Champion, former NWA World Champion. I thought he was actually pretty impressive in this one. Like I talked about on Good Morning Wrestling Fans this morning, that wanted him to look good in this match. Don't get me wrong. But of course, you want the one who wins going over to be Gunther. Nick Aldis, good wrestler, great worker, but Gunther, he's the guy now and should have won, and he did. Gunther gained the win, 11 minutes, 40 seconds via submission. Good match. I enjoyed it. Anyway, I'll give this one 3.5 out of 5 ring bells. And we have a 6-woman tag up next. Fatal Influence. JC Jane, Lainey Reed, and Phelan Henley take on the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie, and Paige. Not really a whole lot here. Fatal Influence does get the win at 7 minutes 30 seconds, which I believe the right call. I talked about that on Good Morning Wrestling Fans this morning, that they're the ones who should have went over and got the rub in this one. In my opinion, the right team won. I'll give it 3 out of 5 ring bells. Then, post-match, the Bellas in there with Paige, thinking they're all together. But then the Bellas turn on Paige, attack her. So Bellas heals again. I'm guessing that this could lead to Paige bringing in a partner, having a tag match against the Bellas, possibly. But we will just have to wait and see. The undisputed WWE Championship is on the line. CM Punk versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And I enjoyed the match. Good main event. But I have to admit, wasn't expecting the finish. Wasn't on my bingo card, like the kids would say these days. But we had the return of the Viper, Randy Orton, making his way out. RKO's Cody Rhodes, allowing CM Punk to get the pin and the win to successfully retain the undisputed WWE Championship. 30 minutes, 10 seconds. But the way it ended, the finish, Orton RKOing Cody Rhodes, guessing another Orton Rhodes angle. But the question is, now what's next for CM Punk? Who is going to be his next title program with? Could see it possibly being Gunther. I didn't watch or hear all of it on the post show just now, which just ended. a couple minutes or so ago, I see could possibly see CM Punk versus Gunther for the title. And now the main event of night one, WWE SummerSlam, Saturday, Hell in a Cell. The ruler Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. And I admit, better than I expected, which, to be honest, I wasn't expecting much at all. Just wasn't really even thinking very much about it. But I admit, I actually did kind of enjoy it. It definitely was a fine match. Brock Lesnar hitting 3 F5s in a row to Oba Femi. Oba kicks out, of course, which made him look strong, which was what was supposed to be done here. Then Lesnar tore up the canvas, the mat, exposing the boards, and in a tribute to the Undertaker, hits a tombstone on Oba Femi on the boards. He kicks out of that, and Oba gets up, hits the fall from Grace, still on the canvas and the mat part, not on the exposed boards. But that is enough to put Lesnar away. Oba Femi defeats Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell, 11 minutes, 40 seconds. And then after the match, Oba's in the ring celebrating the victory. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman walking up the entrance way. Lesnar turns around and goes back into the ring, shakes Oba's hand, and even gets on the mic and puts Oba over. Says he's the future of the WWE, raises his arm, and himself says this is the past, and to Oba, this is the future. And that is WWE SummerSlam, Saturday, night one. Like I said, the main event, Hell in a Cell, Brock and Oba, surprised me. Rhodes and Punk, pretty good. The other matches on tonight's card were not too bad. It was a decent premium live event, in my opinion. So, overall, I didn't rate the main event, I don't think. I'll give it, I'll say 4 out of 5. 4 ring bells out of 5. And overall, I'll say 8 out of 10. And like I said, I thought it was a pretty decent PLE tonight. Nothing real bad on the show, but wasn't anything amazing that you're going to remember forever in history, all that stuff. I wouldn't say that, but it was a good show. But what did you think? You can give me your thoughts and your opinions on SummerSlam Saturday from tonight right here on Spreaker or wherever you listen to 360 Wrestling podcasts. And also, since live episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic tonight, right now, here on the 360 Wrestling Podcast YouTube, in the comment section right below here, I believe. You can leave me your thoughts and your opinions. Tell me what you thought of it. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, if you did like anything or nothing at all. Let me know what you thought. You can email me 360wrestlingpodcasts@gmail.com. You can follow and talk pro wrestling with me on the social media, Instagram 360 Wrestling Podcasts, on X at 360 Wrestling Pod. Wasn't sure, my wacky, crazy schedule. The podcasts just can be anytime. I wasn't quite exactly sure if I even was going to do an episode tonight. Luckily, I did. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed it. Tomorrow, maybe I'll be back with Good Morning Wrestling fans in the morning to preview SummerSlam Sunday. And then, who knows, maybe even tomorrow night, we'll be back here with another episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic going over just like tonight. Who knows? But that is all for this on this Saturday night, 360 Wrestling Fanatic 694. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. I hope you all had a great Saturday. Hope everyone enjoyed SummerSlam and hope you are all ready tomorrow, SummerSlam Sunday. But until then, I am Lance and I am a wrestling fanatic.